Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's such a pleasure for us in Indonesia to greet you again on Hannover Messe 2021. Hannover Messe is an exhibition that focuses on a variety of current issues of technology and manufacturing industry solutions, including the application of technology in the fourth industrial revolution. Attending the grand event not only made Indonesia be the first country in Asia to become an official partner country, but also supported nation branding efforts on Indonesia's position as one of the new powers of the world economy and global manufacturing players. And here we are, Indonesia as a partner country of Hannover Messe 2021 with the tagline, Making Indonesia 4.0, Connect to Accelerate. I am Priska Niken, your host for today's session, together with the Indonesia Ministry of Industry, proudly present to you two of Indonesian companies that will share us the navigating journey of 4.0 in textile industry. But before I introduce our special guest for this session, ladies and gentlemen, I want to inform you that the implementation of these activities has been through a very strict health protocol, and we have done antigen rapid test before this event started. So, ladies and gentlemen, an exciting session awaits you that is full of idea and solution of technology application in the fourth industrial revolution, especially in textile industry and making Indonesia 4.0. Let me introduce our first and very special guest for today's session. Halo, Ibu Teti Yani Hartono,
Halo.
Operational Director of PT Globalindo Intimates, a garment manufacturing. Halo Ibu, how are you?
Good, thank you, Niken. How are
Thank
you?
you, Ibu. Ibu Teti is graduated as a Master Business Administration from Edith Cowan University in West Australia, and Ibu Teti has successfully led the company to employ a disabilities workforce on 2015 and achieve the lighthouse implementation of Industry 4.0 on 2019. And right next to Ibu Teti, I also would like to introduce our very special guest, Mr. Basri Kamba, Director of PT Asia Pacific Rayon, the largest integrated rayon fiber producer in Indonesia. Hello, Mr. Basri, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Niken. Hi, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Basri has experienced more than 15 years in charge of corporate affairs at 3 multinational oil and gas and mining companies. And now he is also active as a member of the steering committee of Indonesia Business Link, a non-profit organization that aims to participate in realizing ethical business practices in Indonesia since 1998. We are so lucky to have you both in here, and I'm so excited to have a sharing session and discussion about our topics today. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I would like to ask Ibu Teti Yani Hartono, Operational Director of PT Globalindo Intimates, to share the insights and successful journey. But before talk directly to Ibu Teti, I would like to invite you to watch this video.
Our management have performed digital transformation since 2017 as a strategic step to reduce costs and operational effect in production. We started applying 4.0 industrial revolution through creating a roadmap, training from bottom to top level management, and using all available resources. With full support from our management, we have implemented automatic machineries, paperless administration process, real-time data oversight, and improving equipment efficiency.
such an exciting journey for the digital transformation, and I feel like the slowly but sure journey. Would you please share us what is the decision to make the transformation and how was the journey?
So our journey started in the 2017, and we are growing at the moment. And as our product is labor intensive, so I start thinking how to make the process simple. But since our nature of the product, we're not able to make it simple, or maybe with automatic machines, okay? Then we change our mind that maybe to help our associate to produce more with a very good quality in every single stage, we have to think the other way. That's why we create in a digital transformation. And we, with the digital transformation, we gathering all the communication, all the data, system, the process. So it's easy to understand with all of our associates.
So it's just like one kind of success story how to transform all areas of your industry, ma'am.
Yes, we will start with the non-sewing department first, and we change with the old machine with the automatic machines, and the result is really good. So, and then after that, we addicted, to change in other ways. So we have a management meeting. I introduce what is the improvement, the opportunity in each department that they can transfer to the another level. Maybe not 100%, transform, but they have to think in other way to make it simple, digitalization and automation.
Maybe that's one of the challenge, like you have 1,000 human resources on your company, and to change their mind into digital to accept this transformation. Maybe that's one of the biggest challenges you face at the first.
Yeah. So before we start, we have motivation meeting, and then we also select the member to be the agent of change.
Nice, that's an agent of change
Yes,
too.
correct.
Nice.
So before we step on the automatization, okay, we introduce what is the benefit for our associates. So this is the one that we invest in human development first. Yeah, so they understand, they feel it. So when they feel it, they seems like asking more. What is the next level? So this is very, very, very good and very excited.
Yeah. It's really interesting when you transform into technology, but you start with the human resource first. As we can show in this picture, there are garment is very human touch. It needs people involved in there, but finally you can change some of the process into technology with focus on communication areas.
Yes, correct. So we make it very simple. We use simple tools also, not to make it complicated. So they understand and they like it. So this is that one that can help.
Ma'am, by the term of getting addicted to technology, what is the benefit finally all the employees and the companies also feel after transform digitally?
They feel this everything is kind of simple, no fighting, because our product is involving a lot of operation, preparation, so to be accurate. That's why in order to avoid that kind of communication breakdown, so we put it all in the digital, so it's easy to understand.
Thank you so much for the explanation, ma'am. It's very exciting, and I would like to hear more. But before we continue on the discussion session, I also would like to introduce our second special guest. I would like to introduce Mr. Basri Kamba, the director of PT Asia Pacific Rayon, the largest integrated rayon fiber producer in Indonesia. I would also like to hear the exciting journey, sir. So please, the time is yours.
Thank you, Niken. Number one, Asia Pacific Rayon is relatively new. It is under our business group, Royal Golden Eagle. We produce natural, renewable, biodegradable viscose rayon, one of the key materials for textile production. APR, as a rayon producer with vertically integrated operation, which I will explain later on. So from sustainable and certified fiber plantation to high value manufacturing facilities, in our first year of our operation, we have exported more than half of our production, which is 240,000 tons per year, our capacity, to 14 countries.
14
including
countries
Europe.
outside Indonesia.
Outside Indonesia.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's including Turkey, Bangladesh, Pakistan. The whole process from seeding and then planting in the so-called industrial forest plantation and then processing the dissolving pulp and then becoming viscose rayon fiber is carried out in one single location in Riau, which is away from Java, the hot core of textile productions in Indonesia. So that's why we use and then we launch the tagline of everything Indonesia, not only for us, but for every players in the Indonesian textile industry, promoting the sourcing and productions of fashion from Indonesia. From the beginning of Asia Pacific Rayon, sustainability and also digitalization is actually a core for our operation. You cannot pick only digitalization, but also forget the sustainability, because this is for the efficiency, not only for us as the manufacturer, but also for our customer here and overseas.
Super nice, sir. So it made make me proud more being Indonesian. It's 100% local, and I remember that the president was also in the operation.
Yeah, to be precise, February 21st last year, 2020, President Joko Widodo inaugurated APR, which is Indonesia's largest integrated viscose rayon production facility in Riau. So this is actually the way he was there is actually to promote and to give support from the Indonesian textile industry, because APR as the viscose manufacturer is actually up in the very upstream of this supply chain of the textile. And then for us, from the very beginning, we have developed the capability on traceability, 100% traceability of dissolving wool pulp along the entire value chain. So our platform, followOurFiber.com, is powered by a blockchain technology to provide our customers and stakeholders with a transparent way to trace our product back to its source. So here, every single packaging of our viscose fiber, anyone can take and then can find where the materials coming from, starting from the plantations, go to the mills, and then being processed and goes to the harbor, and the traceability is easy for anyone, not only our customers, to trace it back.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
It's I imagine it's like on the movie, but now it's possible in front of our
It's
eyes.
possible because the future of this fashion industry is actually, like it or not, is changing. The behavior of our customers is changing. Not only Indonesia, but also in the international market, international brand. They want to know, where do you get the materials from? Is it responsible? Is it sustainable? Is it bringing impact to the social, to the environment? That's everyone's responsibility.
Super nice. This topic is very, very exciting, and I would like to say, like, I'm buying clothes like almost every day, but I never imagined that the whole process behind these clothes that we wear is sophisticating.
Yeah. So last year, IPR is also being awarded Indonesian Industry 4.0 Readiness Index, or INDI 4.0, which is the highest award for any industry from the Ministry of Industry of Indonesia, for our support in transforming the textile fiber manufacturing industry in Indonesia, and recognizing us as a company that have invested in the automation of big data and processes to maximize operational efficiency. Because for any multi-billion investment, you can talk anything, right? But there is at least 4M. You have the machine,
Machine,
you have the money,
money,
you have the market, But don't forget, one key element is important, manpower. So any modernization, any automation you have in your process, without people, without men, women as the manpower, you cannot run it. Because at the end of the day, it's the manpower leading the industry to make it a big success.
Super nice. So talking about technology, once again, we agree that it's not removing manpower from the industry. It helps us.
Sure. And then APR, right? Because this is a multi-billion project, we also need, we are not only manufacturing or producing viscose, but we also want to support all the supply chain because Indonesia is a huge market. You're talking about 250 million people. So to support the fashion enthusiasts and the small, medium enterprises, we also set up a Jakarta Fashion Hub, which is aiming to become a hub that brings together designers, observers, fashion enthusiasts, the analysts, the fashion media people, just to help drive the growth of sustainable fashions in Indonesia. Because any fashion actually needs the raw materials.
Nice, nice. So proud of that Indonesia can finally produce our raw material so it can increase the fashion industry in Indonesia. Maybe it means that I should buy more clothes. No.
Yeah.
Again,
Sure.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ibu Teti, also for the explanation. And it's triggered me with so many questions. I would like to start first with Ibu Teti. Ibu, as you mentioned, you start digital transformation on 2017.
17,
What
yes.
actually makes you decide to start to transform the company into digital?
Yes, as I mentioned before, that we are growing because also we are labor intensive. So it's involving 3,000 to 6,000 manpower. And also the problem is will be in the communication. So we decided to integrate it all the data. We start to gather information and put it in the system. So instead of like a communication face to face, we record all the communication with the data. So we put everything integrated with the digital information.
So whenever all the employees need information, they can just
Exactly.
access the information.
Yes, yes.
Because I imagine it's not easy to manage 1,000 people, and
Yeah.
most of them are women.
Yes, correct. So we introduce also calling,
Calling?
calling apps. So if they need a teacher, if they need a mechanics, they can call through the apps.
Really?
Because
So, wow! So they can just push
exactly
the
because
button.
everybody now is keen with a phone, handphone. So we allowed them to bring the phone in the line. Okay, because this is the way they communicate.
Wow.
And also we have what we call e-learning. E-learning because in our product, a lot of things that they have to learn since the introduction of the company, about the safety, about the regulations, so everything we put in the e-learning. So our associate, when they join, they can download what is their obligation and what is their right. So, and also in the process of learn how to inspect, how to sew, it's everything in the e-learning. Don't understand, they can learn at home.
Nice,
Yeah.
super nice. Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, I would like to move to Mr. Basri. Mr. Basri, as you mentioned that all the process is digitally. How did you set the milestones of your digitalization roadmap? What are the considerations behind the selection of each technological goals?
Digitalization also means that it's moving, it keeps changing, right? For efficiency. Efficiency also includes that it provides minimal impact to the environment, to the social. The business should be good, number one, for the community first, and then good for the country, and then it should be good also for the climate, and then goes to the customers. But then when you talk about the textile industry in Indonesia, it's a long journey for industry, you know. So it's a big challenge for Indonesia, but for Asia Pacific region, we are looking at number one, the local market, and then also the international market. And then we have done it for so many years as a group. APR is only 2 years, so that's why we start to invest in the very early. This is about automation, this is about digitalization for what? For efficiency. Efficiency means the price we can compete. It's good for our customer also, right? And it's good for Indonesia, right? Because we can compete with the international price, with the international market. But then, of course, the presence of of the regulations is a must. And then to support this industry, because APR is just one dot in a very long supply chain, right? We are just viscose. Coming from viscose, it become from fiber, it comes to become yarn, and yarn become fabric. Fabric becomes all the garments and the textile, everything. So it's a long journey for this supply chain. So everyone has to play a role to digitalize the industry. Thank you.
Is it possible if we can be the leader of fashion in Asia Pacific, as the name of Asia Pacific region?
We can, but then any industry cannot do it on its own. Every single one should support each other. The public-private partnership should be implemented here. Indonesia has already, I heard, a big roadmap for the 4.0, but it should not be on paper. We should do it. Everyone in the industry, coming from the upstream, go to the downstream, should support each other to promote everything that Indonesia is a big market. Why? This is tropical country. This is a Muslim dominant country. So it's good, but then APR cannot do it alone. Cannot. Indonesia is actually a growing economy, right? For business, we cannot wait for the government, for any infrastructure, including the digitalization. Business should work along together with the all supply chain and also with the government supporting. And I firmly believe the current government is supporting to make this industry really stand up. For the digitalization infrastructure, it's a big homework because APR is Asia Pacific region is the only textile industry that is exists outside Java. That's a lot of homework to do. But then I believe it's going to happen side by side, the private and the public sector.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. On the next segment, we will have Ministry of Communications and Informatics of Republic of Indonesia, and I will make sure that all of those insights, he will receive it well for the best Indonesia in further. So thank you once again for the hot discussion in here. I'm very excited and very thankful to have you both. And ladies and gentlemen, we have on the next session, we'll also have another speakers coming from manufacturing industry, especially in electronics. And as I mentioned, we will also have the Director General from Ministry of Communications and Informatics of Republic of Indonesia. So please stay with us on the next segment. Stay with us from Indonesia on Hannover Messe 2021. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us on Hannover Messe 2021. I am Priska Niken, and this is Indonesia as a partner country of Hannover Messe 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, a German-born theoretical physicist, Albert Einstein, once said that life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. And so does industry. To keep survive, you must be able to keep adjusting. And nowadays, we adapt by transforming into technology. Now it's time for me to introduce you our speakers from the Ministry of Communications and Informatics of Republik Indonesia, Dr. Ismail as Director General of Resources Management, and Equipment of Post and Informatics. Hello, sir, Dr. Ismail, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Niken.
Thank you, sir. And right next to Dr. Ismail, I would like to also introduce our speaker who is coming from one of the largest companies in the industry, Mr. Daniel Suhardiman, Vice President Director of PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia. Hello, sir, Mr. Daniel, how are you?
Very great.
Very great, nice, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Niken.
Thank you, sir. And right next to Mr. Daniel, we also have Mr. Budi Taufikur Rahman as an Associate Director from TI Matsuoka. Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Glad to be here.
Great to be here too. Yes, sir. Without further ado, I would like to hear the insights from this exciting session. And the first insight I would like to hear is from Dr. Ismail. Would you please give us the insight of how Indonesian government from the view of Ministry of Communications and Informatics of Republik Indonesia. So please, Dr. Ismail, the time is yours.
Thank you, Niken. I'm happy to have great session today and share about the infrastructure digital connectivity. It's very important to us to support Indonesia, making Indonesia 4.0. As you know that infrastructure, digital infrastructure is a prerequisite that are very important to support all of the factories, industries to become as the great and excellent industries. Indonesia already achieved the broadband connectivity at the 2019. We have already built our infrastructure to connect all of our municipals by the backbones, broadband connectivity. Very important that connected for all of our nations. Besides that, we also speed up our connectivity by bring the infrastructure to build the fixed broadband and mobile broadband, and then of course satellite. Because we are archipelagic countries, we are very extremely difficult to build infrastructure. So satellite is very important to us to complement the infrastructure, terrestrial infrastructure. By the end of 2022, that all of our villages, around 82,000 villages of Indonesia will be connected by 4G broadband mobile. And then, of course, we will speed up this connectivity with the very important ecosystem. And then we also encourage the young generation to coming in this industry with a very excellent solution like Internet of Things and many others application needed by Indonesia. Of course, government of Indonesia very eager to speed up this infrastructure, and then we open our regulation by policy and regulation with the new law we call name as Undang-Undang Cipta Kerja. This is a very important law that open the regulation policy to share infrastructure and then spectrum frequency. We also prepare the frequency spectrum for 5G. This is a very important next generation of the telecommunications mobile broadband. We are very happy to inform you that infrastructure being built by Indonesia will cover also by the broadband satellite by 2023. This satellite will launch to support our infrastructure in the rural areas, villages, and then hospital and many others government activities. So I would like to declare that our infrastructure, telecommunication infrastructure now in Indonesia is quite excellent. And then we aim this infrastructure to overcome problems in the connectivity. And then we build the availability for all of the countries. And then the quality of the infrastructure itself will be broadband. And then last not least is about the affordability of the tariff infrastructure also being controlled by government to afford by the industry. I think that's my introduction.
It's super nice, Dr. Ismail. As you mentioned, you were happy to announce those information for us. And I can also say that we are also happy to hear that information, especially those who involved in our industry. Sounds like a promising plan, how the Indonesia government give us support by policy, by the control of the affordable network also. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
I would like to ask some questions, but we have to wait until the discussion session. But now I should move to Mr. Daniel Suhardiman, the Vice President Director of PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia. We also would like to hear the digital transformation journey from PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia. So please, sir, time is yours.
Yeah, now we are in the process of transforming our factories. So our target is 2030. So hopefully within these 9 years from now, we can complete our transformations.
So the digital transformation is not only inside the companies, but also bring a lot of benefits to the end customer.
Very sure, because finally who will get all the benefit should be the end users and also our Mother Earth.
Nice.
That's why all of our transformation should be reflect to two things. One is for the betterment of people's life. That's why we are called, in our slogan, we call a better life, a better living space for human being, and of course not forget about the better world. So should be in line with the in a harmony with the Mother Earth.
Super nice. I want to know more about the digital transformation, and I am obviously want those kind of life, sir. But I should move first to Bapak Budi Taufikur Rahman, Associate Director of TI Matsuoka. So please, sir, the time is yours.
Our company is actually TI Matsuoka Winner Industry. Primarily, we are produced in the web, and then our company is a joint venture, Indonesia and Japan. And then established in July 2001 or 2012. And then our head office in Sometmas, and then our factory in Semarang. Right now we are hire almost 2,000 workers, and then our sales amounted is almost 61 million US dollar.
And for the system production, I bet it's not easy, sir, to manage like thousands of workers and also
Yes.
those kind of big investment. But how the company turn all the manual system into digital transformation?
Yes, that's why in our business actually there are 4 parties. That's two from Japan and then 2 in Indonesian local. So this we would like to make it integrated this 4 parties, so all the information will be timely understand with this 4 party. So that's in production system we are using ETS, and this developed by the Tencent. We hope this ETS is provide system record timely, and then to be stored in database. Second, present production will be report preview, and number third is integrated information. So to provide this timely record, so we are using that for the device called is RFID terminal. So this RFID terminal supposed to use by the operator.
So it's also can be used also to maintain all the production.
Yes.
And shorten the communication and the access and
Yes.
all the informations.
All the information until beginning to ending packing.
Wow, nice,
Yes.
nice.
This one, last year we are established also that system we call the propose system. This one is will be all the party will be know that it's how many stock in every country, something like that.
Okay, it's really literally from the beginning until the end.
Yes.
So I bet technology in your companies will shorten all the process and helps all areas in the manufacturing industries.
Yes.
And I heard that your company is also providing a video for us to watch together about the digital transformation inside the TI Matsuoka. Wow, sir, that's how TI Matsuoka adapt technology on the process
Yes.
by putting RFID into the products. What are the benefits your company face after involving technology into the manufacturing process?
So that's already make it efficiency more lot. Yeah. We are when we using this RFID. So when we are easy to monitor the stock. So that's to make it planning, PPIC will be more accuracy this one.
As you mentioned before, that TI Matsuoka has a strong communication building between Indonesia and China and Japan. As your experience on your company, how is the digital infrastructure here in Indonesia?
I think the infrastructure of Indonesia is already enough here. But if we are thinking about in the 2030, so I think that 5G will be needed as soon as possible.
Really, it's a special request actually, sir. And it's in line with what Indonesian government has already planning, Bapak Ismail.
Yeah, Of course, we do understand that 5G is important for the manufacturer, yeah, to support how the manufacturer and factory can minimize their costs, and of course they need 5G infrastructure. So that's why government now very eager to speed up the implementation of 5G in Indonesia. And now we're starting with the preparation of spectrum frequency that very important for telco operators or cellular operators to build their 5G infrastructure. As you know, maybe 5G will be start by the certain area like industrial park something, and then focus on the to support the manufacture and industry. Hopefully, Pak Budi, that will be start in this year in certain area, and then the next year, 2022, that 5G will be more spread to all of our countries. I do believe that very soon 5G will coming to Indonesia.
Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that. Right on the answer, ya, Pak.
Yeah.
And sir, as we heard together on the presentation from Panasonic and TI Matsuoka, the digital transformation is also bring benefit to end customer. A better life, a better world, right, sir?
Yes.
And Mr. Daniel, I would like to ask you for PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia, how important is the digital infrastructure to ensure the success of your transformation journey?
Yes, let me give you some real example what will be happen in 2030. So for instance, production sites of Panasonic aircon. We have in Indonesia, we have in Malaysia, we also have in Philippines, then of course Japan, China, and India.
Wow.
So you can imagine there is a 6 production site that will be virtually one factory in 2030. So this is the how we will transform all the business. By such kind of transformation, of course, the connectivity, real time is the keywords. On top of that, of course, as I mentioned previously, all of the things should go to the customers. So real connectivity and real-time connectivity with our customers is very important. That's why even we are in the mass production, but in the 2030, we aim to be a mass customization factory. So Bunikan can have your own desired aircon by
Nice.
color or by patterns. So this is how we will transform all the business.
Nice, sir. So while maybe many people think that technology as a big challenge, PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia see those as big opportunity.
Yes, of course.
Sir, but what are the benefits that you perceive from the government policy regarding digital infrastructure development?
Just as I mentioned, that government should prepare all the infrastructures. Otherwise, what initiated by Pak Erlangga in the past, he announced making Indonesia 4.0. So this should be backed up by a very good infrastructure, especially about connectivity. So all of us, we rely on such kind of infrastructure.
The ball is coming back to you, sir.
Yeah. As I explained before, that we are very Indonesian government very eager to support and to establish this infrastructure. And then, as I mentioned, not only for infrastructure, but also we need also how to utilize this infrastructure. Of course, we need application, and then digital talent also one of very important one that need to be explored by the manufacturer and factory, because once they get they involve, they introduce the technology, who behind this? That is, we need the young generation talent to support and to utilize this infrastructure. So I think Indonesia need to making Indonesia 4.0. It is one of issue is infrastructure. This is a prerequisite, I think. And the next one is application and utilization or use case. We call it namely use case. And the third one is digital talent. So I think that all of this ecosystem need to be built together in parallel process. Cool.
And please be honest with us, sir. Are we ready for this? Is Indonesian is ready for?
Of course, we start very speed program like Ministry of Communication and ICT, Kominfo, starting with the digital talent program. We call namely digital talent scholarship. We need at least 600,000 per year. The new employee that they can cover digital transformation in Indonesia. So that's why government of Indonesia established this program and speed up this to many other big universities in Indonesia to prepare and give them the special training, special skills to support industry and factory with the young talent generation. This is also one very important to discuss with them.
To discuss with the industry.
Yeah, the industry.
And Mr. Daniel, as Mr. Ismail mentioned, it's also a challenge for the industry. If the government make the infrastructure ready, does the human resources on the
Yes.
industry is also ready?
Actually, with this transformation becoming industry 4.0, so in Japanese, there is a word called takumi.
Takumi.
Takumi means artisan. Artisan. So even non-experienced person can do a takumi job, can do a job like an artisan by using digital triplet. So this is the way this transformation will goes to our to peoples. However, who make those transformation is not the technology itself. This based on a human center. So I believe in our factory now we are doing such kind of what's called it training and education, and give them an experience how to increase their skill from time to time.
Okay, Mr. Ismail, so challenge is accepted. So the industry is also ready with all the human resources, all the training that has been done inside the industry to prepare making Indonesia 4.0. I would like to coming back to Mr. Budi Taufikur Rahman. TI Matsuoka, as you mentioned before, is doing the digital process right now. The human resources, the employee should put RFID into one by one of the clothes, so it making more digital. Does TI Matsuoka face any challenge to switch the manual process into the digital process?
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's for the digital process is very make it the process is more easy, because if this is like we are manual, we are using something for the paper. So I think this is will be the information it will be late. Yeah. This is where we are using paper, but if we are using digital, this is will be.
Like right on time. Too.
Yes, right on time. This timely. This will be.
Yeah, nice. And PT Panasonic Manufacturing Indonesia is also very confident to switch almost fully digital on 2030, sir. What other benefits that you imagine the companies or the factory will gain for all of the digital transformation?
One of the another important aspect for transformation is the quality and safety. This is very important. So by doing such kind of transformation, we can ensure that the quality from the materials up to the finished goods can be standardized. Then finally, who get the benefit is the end users to get the utmost high quality products from us. So this is one of the aspects also.
I will get back to Mr. Ismail. Mr. Ismail, we heard all the explanation about how is inside of the companies to be ready to transform into technology. But does government have any expectations to the companies in Indonesia to making Indonesia 4.0 together?
Yeah, of course, government need to be enhance the better life, better quality, and then we also coming with the digital economy. So we are very happy to hear that from manufacturer itself, they already process their digital transformation, but how this process can make benefit for all. So for us, Indonesian government need also support them in marketize this product. How to this market is not only being used by the internal of Indonesian market, but how the Panasonic and many other manufacture industry also based of in Indonesian production, they can share this product to export. So that's the quality is very important. How being built in Indonesia, but can this is worldwide quality products. Government will support not only in the infrastructure, but how to support them in market this production. And then the next one is payment ship also. Because now many people need to sell product and to buy product by using the digital way. So payment also very important to discuss with them how bring this process is paperless and not without cash. So how to bring the quotation and everything in a one single process with the digital transformation.
This is an extra, sir. So not
Yes.
only building infrastructure to be better, but also market and how to make the e-payment ecosystem
right.
is working for the industry.
Yes.
But talking about for all, sir,
Yeah.
many manufacturing industries is not only in a big cities. Some of them are in remote area.
Yes.
Any plan from government for
Yeah,
them?
yeah. That is very important. We build infrastructure not only in urban area, but we support also in rural area. We have around 12,000 villages now not connected yet by 4G infrastructure. So that's I have explained before that by the end of 2022, this 4G infrastructure will cover all of our villages. So we speed up this infrastructure. So that's why government put a national budget to speed up this, bring the infrastructure. And then we also bring the digital literacy. Because many things in urban area, in the educate people, they can use and utilize digital transformation as a way of life. But how our in rural area, our people, society in rural area, they can also utilize and get benefit from the digital transformation. So digital literacy also one very important and key aspect that need to be imposed by the government.
Nice, sir. I take that
Yeah.
as a note that this digital transformation should get benefit for all,
Yeah.
not only for the industries, but also for the society in
Yes.
Indonesia, for all.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We are about to come to the very end of this discussion. Is there any key message you want to address, sir?
Yeah, I would like to congratulate for the Ministry of Industry and Ministry of Communication and Informatics will support also how to speed up the Making Indonesia 4.0, especially in this pandemic COVID-19 situation that digital transformation is a must for us, how Indonesia also involved in this situation and get benefit for all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Gets benefit for all from this digital transformation. It's my pleasure to be the host of this session. Thank you once again, sir, for joining with us. I am Priska Niken. See you next time. Keep healthy, keep safe.